Good morning, class. This is the second video of the third chapter of your civics, that is forms of government. And in the last or the previous video, we have discussed certain topics as you have seen, okay, that is the government, definition, function, and the organs. Forms of government, definition, basis of classification, and democracy and authoritarianism means a democratic form of government and the authoritarian form of government. Okay, and in this topic, in this video, we are going to learn about the parliamentary and presidential form of government. Okay, let us move on to this topic, and before moving to the topic, let us see a thought. Look up at the stars and not down at your feet. Try to make sense of what you see and wonder about what makes the universe exist. Be curious. Curiosity is the key to find all answers to the questions that has been roaming around inside your head. Okay, so do find the answers, and you can find the answers only by being curious. Moving on to the topic, the presidential and the parliamentary form of system. As you can see, it is very clear from the name itself that who is supreme is in this form of government. Parliamentary form of government, parliament is the supreme, and in presidential form of government, the president is the supreme. Okay, and these form of government are based on whether the executive and the legislature are dependent on each other or they are independent. Okay, let us see the difference between these two forms of government from this table. As you can see here, the basic differences and the very important one, the parliamentary form of government and the presidential form of government. In parliamentary, the executive is a part of the legislature, but in presidential, the legislature and the executive are separate. The second point, there is a fusion of powers in parliamentary form of government, and there is a separation of powers in the presidential form of government. Now, what is fusion of powers and what is separation of powers? Okay, fusion of powers is where the executive branch and the legislative branch of the government intermingle. Okay, the executive and the legislative branch can intermingle, and the government ministers who head up the executive branch sit as members of the legislature at the same time. Okay, the government ministers who head up the executive branch sit as members of legislature at the same time. Okay, and when we move to separation of powers means that the state government is divided into branches and each with separate independent powers and responsibilities, so that the powers of one branch are not in conflict with those of the other branches. Okay, the separation of power means the government is divided into branches, each separate independent powers and responsibilities, so that the powers of one branch are not in conflict with those of the other branches. Okay. Separation of power therefore refers to the division of responsibilities, okay, into distinct branches of government. Moving on to the third point, the head of the state is separate from the head of the government, okay. And here in presidential, the real power is in the hands of an elected president who is not a member of parliament. Moving on to the parliamentary, you'll see that the head of the state is separate from the head of the government. The head of the government, that is the prime minister, is elected on the basis of the number of members the political parties have in the legislature. As you can see in India, the number of members of BJP, Bharatiya Janata Party, in the legislature is more, and that is why the head of the government is elected on the basis of these numbers only. If a party has a clear majority in the legislature, as you can see that BJP has a clear majority in the legislature, the leader of that party, means the leader of BJP, that is Mr. Narendra Modi, okay, he becomes the prime minister. Sometimes no party has a clear majority, okay. As you can see in state assemblies, these things quite occur, okay. In Maharashtra Legislative Assembly elections, as well as in Jharkhand state elections also, these things happened, okay. There was no party having a clear majority. So in such cases, what happened, a number of parties form a coalition, okay, to form the government. As you can see here, because BJP was not having the clear majority, so to rule over here in Jharkhand, what they did, they made a coalition with the JMM party, Jharkhand Mukti Morcha, and they made Hemant Soren, Mr. Hemant Soren, the chief minister of our state. Okay, so that is how the coalition party runs. The executive in the parliamentary form is based on the support of the party in the legislature. Okay, the executive, that is the prime minister and his ministers, whosoever is working under him, they are they are based on the support of the party in the legislature. Okay, the political party or a coalition of parties that has the majority in the legislature controls the executive. It's quite clear that during Lok Sabha elections, the BJP won the election with a clear majority. So that party has a majority in the legislature, and if that party has the majority, then who will be the executive? For sure that that particular party is only going to be the executive. And the prime minister and the cabinet in Great Britain are good examples of this form of government. As you can see in the presidential form of government, the executive and the legislature are separate, already discussed with the point separation of powers, that there is the responsibilities have been divided among the branches and there is no interference. Okay, so the real power is in the hands of the elected president, and this president is directly elected by the people. Okay, he is not the member of the parliament. Okay, and he or she is not responsible even to the parliament. As you can see, whenever the proceedings happen, the parliament proceedings happen in India, you will see prime minister over there on certain issues. Okay, so this means that the prime minister, because they are having the large number of members in the legislative, that is why he has to be there. Okay, so in presidential form of government, the president is supreme. Okay, he can not be removed until his tenure expires, till then he is the supreme. Okay, the examples are given here. The countries having, there are many more countries having parliamentary form of government and the countries having presidential form of government. Okay, so this was the topic today which I have discussed, and we will move to the exercise questions also. Let us move, let us see that if there is any question which we have discussed here. Okay, yes, you can see here one question is there which we haven't read yet. Okay, we'll be reading about that topic in the next video series. So the thing we have discussed till now from the first video and the second video, we'll be doing the question answers. Okay, the very first one, choose the correct answers. The presidential system of government is characterized by, as we have already discussed, that there is a separation of power. Okay, the second question, we'll be discussing it with the next topic which we are going to cover in the next video series. Okay, match the columns side by side. Democratic government, India, adult franchise, Great Britain, parliamentary system. We have discussed these things, so we can do it now. Okay, on the other side it is given direct form of popular participation, unitary government. We have not discussed the unitary government, but still the thing we have done, we'll discuss it. The fusion of powers, answerability to people, written constitution. So democratic government, you know that democratic government, they have they are based on the answerability to people. As we have discussed earlier that a democratic and the authoritarian government are classified on the basis of answerability to people. India, uh, we have not read about the constitution, but still you guys know that India has the written constitution. Okay, adult franchise, we have already read that adult franchise is the most direct form of popular participation. Okay, and it is the system which allows the all the adult citizens to have the right to vote and to form a government. Okay, Great Britain, for B, unitary government, we have not discussed, we'll discuss it in the next one. Okay, parliamentary system, you can see there fusion of powers. Okay, we have already discussed in parliamentary system we have fusion of powers. Okay, because the executive and the legislative are intermingled with each other, and because the executive is responsible to the legislative, that the legislature, that is why there is a fusion of powers. Moving on to the next one, that is the next one, give short answers for the following questions. What is form of government? On what basis is a democratic or an authoritarian government classified? We have already discussed that form of government is a system by which a state or country is governed. A democratic or an authoritarian government classified on the basis of the answerability to people. Okay, a democratic or an authoritarian government is classified on the basis of answerability to people. The second question, write two differences between the parliamentary form and the presidential form of government. We have discussed quite a lot differences, but we have to write only two. That is why the two basic differences are the executive is a part of the legislature in parliamentary form, whereas the legislature and the executive are separate. In parliamentary form, there is fusion of powers, and in presidential form, there is separation of powers. This was all for today. We will be discussing on other topics in the very next video, that I'll be uploading tomorrow. Okay, and the next topic which we will be discussing tomorrow will be the unitary and federal government. Okay, it will be the unitary and federal government. Okay, we'll be discussing this topic. Okay, we'll be discussing the unitary and federal government tomorrow with the third topic. And we'll also be discussing the okay, so tomorrow we'll be discussing the unitary and federal form of government, then something about the constitution. Okay, as well as we'll try to complete it tomorrow, maybe, or we'll try to take few more to complete it. Okay, till then, have a nice day and do start writing notes. Okay, again I am repeating in every single video at the end, I do repeat these things. Okay, so it is very important for you to keep in pace with the syllabus so that you will be having an advantage. Okay, so it's better to be with the syllabus and do write the notes as well as do see the videos also to have a clear picture of the chapters. Okay, I have told you that I will upload the books, the chapters also on the portal. Okay, I'll soon be uploading it. I'll try to upload these 3 chapters. Okay, the 2 chapters which I have completed previously, studying the past and the earth and the solar system, in the portal today. Okay, by evening I'll be uploading the chapters also. Okay, have a nice day and do work hard and be curious.